This movie is a true love story.
Our thanks to Emily Akeda for that report. Glad to be having that on my plans for the weekend.
Like they mentioned, I mean, a lot of people couldn't afford to go to that. It's really hard to get those tickets to the actual tour. So this is the closest they're ever going to get to this iconic moment in time for
Her
her.
entire family and my daughter and 5 of her friends are right up there.
An amazing experience. All right, coming up on the Today Show, the heroes among us. They have the inspiring story of a veteran who turned serious challenges into an opportunity for healing. The group of Flying Veterans out to Nashville to go backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. You do not want to miss it. Thanks for watching Early Today. I'm Philip Mena.
I'm Francis Rivera. Have a great Friday. Have an even better weekend.
Glasgow, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Morgan & Morgan is not only America's largest injury law firm, we're also the only injury law firm in the world with lawyers licensed in all 50 states. With dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, and many others, we have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/Soki Survivor. Saturdays are for football. WNKY 40 is your college football headquarters. Watch games all day on WNKY CBS 40 and NBC 40.
Happy finally Friday. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking a warm surge today, but that's going to be ahead of some real deal changes that arrive for the weekend. I'll tell you more about those changes in your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. An estimated 1 in 13 children have food allergies, and it can impact their entire life. But a new study into immunotherapy may be able to change these kids' lives. We'll have a look into the research. Plus, Israel is urging more than 1 million people living in northern Gaza to evacuate within 24 hours. We'll get the latest details into the state of the tensions overseas. And good news if you're in the market for an electric car. A proposed new federal rule would give tax incentives. We'll see how this could impact your wallet. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday the 13th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. We start with our top stories this morning. Many are still concerned with the return of 2 local church groups working to get out of Israel as fighting there continues. Good news today, the Broadway United Methodist Church group from Bowling Green is one step closer to being home. In a post on social media Thursday, the church says the group has booked flights back to the U.S. The UMC group is one of 2 local church groups that have been stuck in Israel as a result of conflict that broke out in the country. The second group, River Lake Church out of Glasgow, has made it safely home to Barron County. And we spoke to Congressman Brett Guthrie this week about a number of issues, including the attacks on Israel and the local groups caught in the conflict and searching for a way home. Representative Guthrie says he has been in contact with Kentuckians stuck in that area and that he is continuing to work with fellow lawmakers to understand how to better protect Americans caught in an attack overseas.
Well, when you hear from the people on the ground, it wasn't going well. And I know our men and women in our State Department in Israel are probably overwhelmed and working hard, but we need to figure out what went wrong and how we can help people further. And we need to figure out how to do it better. And I'm going to meet with them and learn and bring that to the table so we can make it better for if it ever happens. I hope it never does, but if it happens to someone else.
We will continue to follow all developments on the attack in Israel, including action from Kentucky lawmakers. The first gubernatorial debate will be televised statewide this Monday. Current Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron will square off on the campus of Northern Kentucky University starting at 6. The debate will feature questions from 3 Kentucky journalists and will address issues that face everyone in the Commonwealth. News 40 was able to sit down with the debate moderator who explained what he hopes people can get out of the debate.
We really want to get to the heart of issues that are affecting everyone in the Commonwealth, and we want to get a little bit of specificity. You know, one of the things I think I hear from people all the time is that they hear a stump speech and they're like, yeah, they gave me the talking points. We're trying to get a little deeper than that to try and really give you a better understanding of where these candidates are coming from, not just what their platform is.
The debate will air in Bowling Green right here on NBC 40 starting at 6 o'clock on Monday night. That was a look at your top stories. Now I'm going to send it over to meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius.
Thanks, Ashley. Temperatures this morning starting off into the 50s. You're going to notice clouds rolling in as we go throughout the day today. Interesting is that today should be dry for the most part. We are going to be tracking some breezy conditions ahead of a frontal boundary. That will be bringing us some rain chances eventually as we go late tonight and early into Saturday. But temperatures right now generally running into the 50s out there. 58 degrees in Scottsville, 55 in Franklin. It's 59 in Russellville. And those winds are flowing in from the east to southeast. Generally a light and calm wind to start off this morning. Radar dry and quiet at the moment. And again, that's going to be the case as we go throughout the day today. Here's that warm front that continues to lift through the area frontal boundary that is now into Nebraska. That is going to continue to work its way towards the east. As this low makes its way across the region, you're going to notice some wraparound moisture. And we're going to see a lot of that, mainly in the form of clouds as we go through the weekend. And we're going to have some shower chances as well. It's going to be running much cooler. But meanwhile, today, temperatures will be making a run into the middle and upper 70s by this afternoon. We'll have more clouds for the lunch run, and we'll have some peaks of sunshine in between, but otherwise it looks like a mostly dry day on tap for your Friday. Hey, Weather on the Force is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
At Chandler Park Dental Care,
we want you to leave us feeling cared for,
confident in your smile,
and in better health than when you arrived.
Call today to schedule an appointment and experience the comprehensive and trusted care you deserve.
Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/SokiSurvivor.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Diversified Electrical is now hiring. Positions include electrician, electrician assistant, and job foreman. Pay range is $18 to $55 per hour. Insurance, holiday pay, vacation, and more great benefits available. Find out more at diversifiedelectrical.com.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise at 7 minutes past the hour, and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. An estimated 1 in 13 children have food allergies, and nuts are one of the food groups that can cause some of the most serious allergic reactions in the U.S. But a study is looking into how oral immunotherapy in young children may help allergies in the child's future. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover has a look at the research.
It's one of the most common causes of severe allergy attack. Peanut allergies can affect all aspects of a child's life.
They can spend a lot of time worried about having a true allergic, life-threatening allergic reactions. So it can be really difficult for these kids.
Dr. Sandra Hong with Cleveland Clinic says food allergies can also lead to isolation, even bullying.
We can't have parties in the classroom anymore, or we're not allowed to have the really fun treats anymore because there's someone who has a milk allergy or a peanut allergy.
Hong is one of the authors of a study researching how oral immunotherapy may help. It's a therapy where researchers expose young children under the age of 1 who have been diagnosed with a food allergy to the food to which they're allergic.
We get very tiny amounts slowly built up into their system, and we need to do it in our offices.
Hong says of the children who took part in their peanut oral immunotherapy study, 91% ended up being able to tolerate large amounts of peanuts without a severe reaction. She says the rest were still able to be exposed to multiple peanuts at a time. Researchers believe that means those children may not have to worry about accidental peanut exposures.
They are at an ice cream shop and they, want to get ice cream, but as long as they avoid the peanut containing ones, they'll be able to tolerate small amounts of contamination.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
Important information for Family Dollar shoppers. The company is recalling a large number of over-the-counter drugs and medical products. The discount store says it's recalling the products because they were stored outside of labeled temperature requirements. The recalled products include over-the-counter cold medicine, vitamins, toothpaste, and children's medicine sold between June 1st and October 4th. Family Dollar says the recall is voluntary and that it has not received any consumer complaints or reports of illness. You can return the recalled products to the store without a receipt. Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, as the war in Israel rages on, we'll see what politicians are saying about the horrific situation.
Plus, it's warm and breezy today, but some changes are on the way for the weekend. That all just ahead in my full forecast.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Hi, I'm Pete Davidson.
Hey, what's up? Your host, Pete Davidson.
Oh, word?
Yeah. With musical guest Ice Spice.
Nice.
I'm waiting for that final person.
Come on, Gwenny.
I thought you have one more.
I think you've got one more.
The Voice, new Monday and Tuesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
Garbage time. That phrase never sounded quite right because no part of football is meaningless. So while some folks see garbage, FanDuel sees treasure. We see spreads to cover, overs to hit, and chances to live bet from the first down to the final whistle. So don't just watch football this season, cherish it.
America's #1 sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapels. When a person comes in and does their prearrangement, I can see it over the years that I've worked in this, how much it eases the family's minds. If you have 4 people, they have 4 different ideas of what they want. This settles that to where they say if that's what mom wanted, that's what dad wanted. You can see the relief on a lot of families' faces because all you do is say, what time do you want the funeral? What time do you want the visitation? And they can spend more time with their family members and friends in the grieving process. It just really takes a lot of burden off your family.
Israel is urging more than 1 million people living in northern Gaza to evacuate within 24 hours. The UN says there is no way to evacuate that many people in that short of time. And just this morning, Hamas announced that hostages have been killed in Israeli bombings. All of this playing out as Secretary of State Blinken will join with leaders of Arabic nations and the Palestinian Authority to ensure the fighting does not spread to neighboring countries. Bree Jackson is in Washington with the details.
As the war between Israel and Hamas militants rages on, the Biden administration is working with regional partners on efforts to help prevent this conflict from spreading.
What we've seen here is something, to most of us, almost unimaginable.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken arriving in Jordan this morning. He was on the ground in Israel Thursday, getting a first-hand look at the aftermath of Saturday's surprise attack, delivering a message of support to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and survivors.
The outpouring of support has been incredible in the United States, and again, it's very, very heartfelt, and you can count on it. It'll be there.
As the fighting continues, the Biden administration says it's working to get Americans out of harm's way.
The United States government will arrange charter flights to provide transportation from Israel to sites in Europe.
In Washington, D.C. Thursday night, lawmakers held a vigil on the steps of the U.S. Capitol to remember the lives lost, standing in solidarity with Israel while strongly condemning the assault by Hamas.
Because we cannot let these terrorists, this ISIS-like, Nazi-like people win.
The U.S. is considering providing more resources to help Israel, complicating the matter, uncertainty over who will be the next House Speaker.
It's now time for a first full check of your forecast, brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law, on this Friday, the 13th. Temperatures into the 50s right now to start off this morning. It's going to be a mild and breezy day today. For the most part, it's going to be pretty dry as well. Not really tracking much of the way of rain chances until about late tonight and into Saturday. Let's check out those numbers right now. It's 58 in Scottsville, 55 there to Simpson County, 59 in Russellville, 54 at the Bowling Green Regional Airport, and those winds are flowing in from the south and east this hour. Generally a light and calm wind. Radar dry and quiet. We'll find rain though towards the west into Missouri, Iowa, across Minnesota there, even into South Dakota and across Nebraska. This is where the center of circulation is. This is going to be the wave of low pressure that is going to be bringing us some changes, especially for the weekend, and we're going to notice those changes more so with the numbers as opposed to as far as those rain chances go. In fact, those rain chances are going to be pretty slight for us as we go over the next few days. But those temperatures, yeah, they're going to be taking a dive. It's going to feel like November as we go over the next few days into the weekend. So here are those changes. It's warm today. It's going to be breezy ahead of this frontal boundary. Once this low works its way across the region, we're going to be watching for wraparound moisture, mainly in the form of clouds, but also can't rule out a few shower chances that will carry us through the weekend as well. It will be cooler, it will be windier, and you're really going to notice that. Check out gustcasts as we go through the day. Today it'll be breezy. We'll get those winds, or at least wind gusts approaching near 20 miles an hour today. But notice by Saturday, we got gusts approaching near 30 miles an hour, and we could also see those gusts exceed 30 miles an hour at times as we go throughout your Saturday evening time frame. Of course, we got the Harvest Fest tomorrow. We got even the eclipse to view. We got clouds, though, that will be in the way, so that could limit our optimal viewing capabilities there. As far as things go, for the day today, as we go late into tonight, again, we're going to be watching for those chances. It'll be some spotty chances for those showers that will move through as we go late tonight and early into the day on Saturday. But notice as that wave of low pressure continues to work its way across the Ohio River Valley, we got wraparound clouds that will be around that area of low pressure, and that's going to keep things cooler for us as well. And it's also going to pull in the air from Canada, so that's why we are going to be running much cooler as we go for the weekend. Temperatures may even struggle to make it into the 60s for a few days as we go into this weekend and into next week. Check out the 7-day forecast and notice we got clouds that will be hanging around for your Saturday with a slight chance for a few showers. We're going to hang on to those shower chances through Monday, and then eventually we'll see some sunshine by Tuesday, so there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and also some warmer temperatures as we go into next week. Still running cooler, though, below normal. Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be somewhere around the middle and upper 60s for those daytime highs, and lows into the 40s. That is your 7-day forecast. Don't go anywhere. We got more of News 40 Sunrise after this.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
says he absolutely supports bringing back Matt Bevin's ruthless Medicaid plan, Cameron threatens to take away coverage from over 95,000 Kentuckians and punish working parents.
This sounds very similar to something that Governor Matt Bevin tried.
Well, absolutely.
But when Cameron said he'd back Bevin's war on teachers and take taxpayer money from public schools to give to private schools instead, he'd punish Kentucky's kids. Cameron's absolutely wrong for Kentucky.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike.
You can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Some welcome news for seniors. Social Security benefits will increase next year due to a 3.2% cost of living adjustment. The Social Security Administration says the average benefit will jump by around $50 starting in January. Still, the new increase is not quite as high as the 8.7% bump recipients received this year. The latest government data shows inflation cooled slightly last month. Consumer prices rose 0.4% from August to September, slowing from the previous month. Annual consumer inflation also remained unchanged from a 3.7% increase in August. Price hikes at the grocery store are getting closer to historically normal levels, up just 2.4% last month. But rent prices remain a problem, with rates rising more than 7%. And a lucky ticket holder in California is $1.7 billion richer this morning. That's after winning the second biggest Powerball prize in U.S. history. The lucky winner or winners can also opt to take the estimated lump sum payment of $774 million. The store where the ticket was purchased will also receive $1 million. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Jared Hill.
Good news if you're in the market for an electric car. A proposed new federal rule would give tax incentives more quickly, upfront, and to a wider range of consumers. So what do those discounts look like and which cars would be included? In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan has a closer look.
Driving off the lot in an electric car could soon get easier and cheaper. The Treasury Department is proposing a rule that would allow car buyers to get a tax credit of up to $7,500 for new electric vehicles and a credit of up to $4,000 for used EVs straight off the lot.
We're all in for EVs, and dealers are essential to making that transition a success.
Under the new rule, all eligible consumers, no matter their federal tax liability, would get a full tax discount up front and instantly from car dealers starting in 2024 instead of waiting for next year's tax season. Right now, that's not the case. Consumers whose tax liability is too low may get a reduced credit or not qualify at all. Energy experts say the move would benefit low and middle income drivers who may now have a chance to buy a car, but say more needs to be done to make EVs more accessible.
To make everyone benefit from electric cars, we will need more incentives, more infrastructure.
To be eligible for tax credits, buyers would have to meet the individual requirements, including using the purchased electric vehicle for personal use, not being dependent on anyone's taxes, and being under the income limit. It comes as the Biden administration aims to drive up electric car production in the U.S.
What do you think, Mr. President?
I like it. Back in August, the Energy Department announced $12 billion in grants and loans to ensure 2/3 of all new cars sold in the U.S. by 2032 are electric. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
It's time now for a quick check of your forecast. And today's forecast features the birthday boy Turbo, who says it's not so spooky out there here on this Friday the 13th. We're starting off with a mix of sun and clouds. It's going to be pretty nice for the most part today. If you didn't get a chance to get out and about yesterday, you got another day to get out and about and enjoy the nice weather. It will be breezy, though. You're going to notice that ahead of that frontal boundary that will be working its way in. Temperatures into the 50s right now, 53 in Bowling Green, 59 in Scottsville, 60 degrees there in Russellville. And winds are flowing in from the south and easterly, a light and calm wind to start off this morning. Radar is dry and quiet, and that's going to be the case as we go throughout the day. Here's the warm front that continues to lift through the region. That's going to usher in more clouds our way. And then that wave of low pressure that's currently into Nebraska, that's going to work its way across the region. And that is going to also usher in some big changes as we work our way into the weekend. Here's your 12-hour planner as we plan out your day the News 40 way. News 40 Sunrise continues. Don't go anywhere.
My name's Al Fazalahi. Had a terrible T-bone accident. Gentleman blew a stop sign and broadsided me. Airbags went off. I got knocked around really badly. The first lawyer I called didn't return my call. And then I just said, well, you know what? I called Morgan & Morgan. They were in touch with me every step of the way, whether it was by phone call or by text message or Zoom meetings or emails. It made things extremely simple for me. That was a seamless process. It's so easy.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
The Barren River District Health Department is the place to go for your essential healthcare needs. Barren River Health offers immunizations, STD, pregnancy, and lead testing, as well as WIC benefits, tuberculosis care, and more. Clinic locations are available in Barren, Butler, Edmondson, Hart, Logan, Metcalfe, Simpson, and Warren counties. Call to schedule an appointment today.
As Joe Biden destroys our economy, Andy Bashir defends him.
I don't want to be critical of what the president's doing, because at least he's trying. We at least ought to give the president some kudos.
And a big thanks also to Governor Andy Bashir.
He's trying to help us.
Biden's bankrolling Bashir's re-election, funneling $250,000 in donations. Bashir and Biden, or Trump and Daniel Cameron. Trump's choice, our champion. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome back. You're watching News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking a warm and breezy day today ahead of some big changes that roll in for the weekend, with even some cooler temperatures that show up. That all included in your full forecast at 626. Now here's another look at top stories.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. I'm Ashley Wilson. Let's continue with our top stories. Many are still concerned with the return of two local church groups working to get out of Israel as fighting there continues. Good news today, the Broadway United Methodist Church group from Bowling Green is one step closer to being home. In a post on social media Thursday, the church says the group has booked flights back to the U.S. The UMC group is one of two local church groups that have been stuck in Israel as a result of the conflict that broke out in the country. The second group, River Lake Church out of Glasgow, has made it safely home to Barron County. And we spoke to Congressman Brett Guthrie this week about a number of issues, including the attacks on Israel and the local groups caught in the conflict and searching for a way home. Representative Guthrie says he has been in contact with Kentuckians stuck in that area and that he is continuing to work with fellow lawmakers to understand how to better protect Americans caught in an attack overseas.
Well, when you hear from the people on the ground, it wasn't going well. And I know our men and women in our State Department in Israel were probably overwhelmed and working hard. But we need to figure out what went wrong and how we can help people further. And we need to figure out how to do it better. And I'm going to meet with them and learn and bring that to the table so we can make it better for if it ever happens. I hope it never does, but if it happens to someone else.
We will continue to follow all developments on the attack in Israel, including action from Kentucky lawmakers. And the first gubernatorial debate will be televised statewide this Monday. Current Democratic Governor Andy Beshear and Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron will square off on the campus of Northern Kentucky University starting at 6. The debate will feature questions from 3 Kentucky journalists and will address issues that face everyone in the Commonwealth. News 40 was able to sit down with the debate moderator who explained what he hopes people can get out of the debate.
We really want to get to the heart of issues that are affecting everyone in the Commonwealth, and we want to get a little bit of specificity. You know, one of the things I think I hear from people all the time is that they hear a stump speech and they're like, yeah, they gave me the talking points. We're trying to get a little deeper than that to try and really give you a better understanding of where these candidates are coming from, not just what their platform is.
The debate will air in Bowling Green on NBC 40 starting at 6 o'clock on Monday night. That was a final look at this morning's top stories. Now it's time to see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
It's now time for your Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. Today we have Nosy. She is a 6-year-old domestic short hair. She's got a nice gray color. She was an owner surrender. Her owner had some health complications, so she wasn't able to take care of her the best, so it's no fault of her own. But she's a very sweet cat. She loves to be held. Really cuddled like a baby. She has a little bit of her ear missing, but other than that, she's A-okay. So if you want a forever friend, then come down to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society and adopt Nosy today.
Nosy. So cute. I can't stop looking at her eyes.
She is so adorable.
She's
and those
like drawing
green
you
eyes
in.
Just, yeah, I mean, how can she not go home to someone?
I know. And
So-
she's nosy for some treats right there, isn't she?
She definitely is.
Well,
So,
she needs a forever home, so you can adopt Nosy today from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
well, coming up after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your day the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40. Grab some lunch and make an impact. Join WNKY News 40 for Food Truck Fridays every week at Tidball's parking lot. This week's food truck is Stony Brook Farms. To benefit CASA of South Central Kentucky, see the full lineup at WNKY.com.
Pesky leaks? Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal Spray seals out water, air, and moisture. Stops and prevents leaks indoors, outdoors, and virtually anywhere you need. Available in a full line of sealant products.
Get Macy's lowest prices of the season on jewelry and accessories now. Like 65% off Effie, 60% off diamond earrings and pendants, and 75% off gold and silver necklaces. Plus, download the app for more great deals at Macy's.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
By getting to know you and keeping you informed every step of the way.
And by dealing with the insurance companies and the paperwork and all of the other hassles that just add to your worries.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
We know you're going through a lot. Reaching out for help should be painless.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. The time is 6:32. Another quick check of your forecast out there. We're tracking some areas of fog, taking a view there at the WKU farm, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet site there, making for an October-esque looking morning out there. But as we go throughout the day, you're going to notice clouds will be on the increase, and it will be breezy as well. Temperatures will also run on the warm side of things once again. As far as those temperatures go right now, we have those numbers generally into the 50s. 70s, and even some areas where it's currently 60 degrees there into Allen County. Right now, it's 50 degrees into Glasgow. We do have those winds that are flowing in from the south and east this morning, generally a light and calm wind. Radar, dry and quiet, and that's going to be the case as we go throughout the day. Going to be watching for those rain chances late tonight and into Saturday, and that's when we are expecting this frontal boundary to roll in. And that will be bringing us breezy conditions and leaving behind some cooler conditions as well. As we plan out your day, the News 40 way over the next 12 hours, temperatures will be in the 70s this afternoon. We'll have those clouds increasing. We'll have some peaks of sunshine in the mix, and then watching for those shower chances later this evening and through tonight. Now I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Friday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And with me in studio this morning is Joshua Smith, here to tell us how we can watch a blockbuster at the ballpark. Josh, good morning.
Good morning.
This is one of our favorite non-baseball events to host at the Bowling Green Ballpark.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, so we've got a great movie to be watching tomorrow. What can people expect?
So yeah, we've got Top Gun Maverick. So in August we had great weather, we had a great evening, great movie, but then we had our largest crowd we've had in our 7-year history. So we're expecting great things this weekend. Of course, it's downtown BG's Harvest Fest from 10 to 6. So come on over to the ballpark at 6 when our gates open. Movie will begin at 7. We'll have a costume contest about 6:45. So we've got loads going on tomorrow night downtown Bowling Green.
So with the costume contest, obviously we're getting into spooky season.
Absolutely.
It's Friday the 13th and Halloween's just around the corner. So are we looking at Halloween costumes? Are we looking at Top Gun costumes? What do we need to do?
Whatever families want to come out with. I mean, we've had families for Star Wars. I remember when we showed it, we had a whole family of like people included in the movie. So however people want to come dressed up, Halloween costumes, come out for Top Gun Maverick, either one is great. We'll also have, of course, you can't have a movie without popcorn.
That's
so
right.
We will have concessions, but then we'll have Carousel, the playground. We'll have free play out on the outfield. We'll have some sponsors there. Face painting, we'll be offering that as well. But then we are a nonprofit. So while it is free to attend, thanks to great sponsors like WNKY News 40, Bid Monster, and then of course Bowling Green Hot Rods, and so many others, it is free to attend, so let everyone know that, but you can make donations as well that just support us as a nonprofit and all the programs we provide here in the community.
And that's what's so great about Community Ed is that you all do provide, programs for youth through adult, and I know we've had you all on this show before talking about all those different programs.
Absolutely.
But again, those can't happen without donations and support of the organization. So as much fun as a free event is, I know you're always looking for those, couple of dollars that people can spare.
Well, we've been here, like my shirt says, we're celebrating 50 years this year, which is amazing.
Yes.
Because the community has rallied around us, but we also want to keep that going for the next 50 and for everyone else that comes into our community.
And with so much, many fun events, community events like Blockbusters at the ballpark. So tell us once more before we go, the when, the where, and how we can get more information.
So it's this Saturday, October 14th. We're going to show Top Gun Maverick. Gates open at 6. Movie will begin at 7. We will have costume contest at 6:45. And if you want to get to know us, call us at our office, 270-842-4281.
All right, Josh. Well, as always, thank you for being here. We love hearing about all the things you all are doing for the community.
And thank you all.
Of course. That was another look at this morning's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, Darius Mack will have another look at your forecast. Stay with us.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan makes starting a claim easy. You don't even have to leave your couch. Then, just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. Now back to this.
Diversified Electrical is now hiring. Positions include electrician, electrician assistant, and job foreman. Pay range is $18 to $55 per hour. Insurance, holiday pay, vacation, and more great benefits available. Find out more at diversifiedelectrical.com.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart. Grab some amazing lunch and make a local impact.
And join us every week for Food Truck Friday.
Come on down to the corner of 10th and Chestnut for delicious food on Fridays.
A portion of your lunch purchase will support a local charity. Plus, I'll match and guarantee a $500 donation.
Check out the full Food Truck Friday lineup at WNKY.com.
Food Truck Fridays are brought to you by Flora Templeton Stewart. Do you have what it takes to be the sole survivor? Join WNKY News 40 October 17th for the Survivor Casting Call at Bowling Green Ballpark. To learn more and see if you have what it takes, visit WNKY.com/SokiSurvivor. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Tracking a warm and breezy day for your Friday ahead of some big changes that roll in for the weekend. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack on this finally Friday. Temperatures generally ranging into the 50s this morning. Some locations right at 60 degrees there in Allen County at 60 right now. It's 59 degrees in Russellville. You're noticing temperatures running a little milder towards the west as opposed towards the east, running in the lower 50s out there. Here are the winds. They are flowing in from the south and east. Those winds are going to really ramp up, especially as we go in store for the weekend. We're going to be expecting some breezy and gusty conditions at times. As we take a look at the radar, it's a clean sweep to start off this morning. It's going to be the case as we go throughout the day. You're going to notice clouds on the increase, though, as we're watching this wave of low pressure essentially on top of Omaha, Nebraska there. This is going to be that weather maker that's going to be bringing us our changes for the weekend. We're going to be watching for rain chances. They're going to be slight, but also it's going to be cooler as well and breezy as we work our way into the weekend. Check out rain chances with temperatures as we go over the next few days. The rain chances will be slight. We will have some showers possible on Saturday. I understand it's the Harvest Fest tomorrow. It'll be cloudy for the most part and temperatures running cooler. We're going to be in the 60s for those daytime highs on Saturday. And then we'll struggle to even make it into the 60s for a few days as we go into next week as well. So here are those changes that I'm tracking. Nice warm surge of air under the warm front, but once this frontal boundary works its way towards the east, we're going to be watching for wraparound moisture, mainly in the form of clouds as we go through the weekend. And then the weather may make it rain a little bit. So we're going to be tracking a few shower chances as we go through the weekend. And not to mention also there's the eclipse viewing tomorrow right around noon. With those clouds around, that could limit our optimal viewing capabilities for tomorrow. Here's Gustcast. And again, I did mention the winds will be the bigger story with this and also the cooler conditions. So it will add an extra chill out there as well. It's going to be gusting upwards to about 30 miles an hour as we go by your Saturday afternoon and evening time frame. We're going to hold on to some gusty conditions as we go through the weekend. And that's all going to be, again, wrapped around that wave of low pressure as we go through the weekend. Futurecast today, noticing clouds on the increase, temperatures running mild or warm. We're going to be in the upper 70s once again today. It's going to be pretty nice. I think we made it to around 80 yesterday. As we go for late tonight and into tomorrow, that's when we are going to be watching for that frontal boundary working its way across the area. It is going to be bringing a few showers our way. And then as we work our way into your Saturday, notice it's going to be cloudy for the most part and temperatures definitely running on the cooler side. As we go for Sunday, we're going to expect temperatures to barely even make it to 60 degrees for the daytime high. In fact, highs are going to be somewhere in the 50s across the state for the most part as we go throughout the second half of the weekend and into next week. We're eventually going to expect some sunshine to return back into our world of weather, though, as we go towards Tuesday. Here's our 7-day forecast. Temperatures are going to be into the upper 50s for Sunday and Monday, back to near 60 on Tuesday with sunshine returning, and then mainly sunny skies on Wednesday. Temperatures into the upper 60s and middle 60s with lows into the 40s. Now it's time to announce the winners of this week's Soki's Birthday Club. And the winners are Angie Dollarslager and Dinah Wheeler. You too can sign up for Soki's Birthday Club by visiting WNKY.com/birthday. Now let's wish our friends happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Brewster's Real Ice Cream. Fresh flavors. Fresh desserts. Fresh fun. Brewster's. Fresh from farm to cone.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you have any trouble receiving Social Security benefits, call our office today for a free consultation.
Nice. DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Kentucky. New customers, download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Now with Spectrum, you can get your favorite shows, sports, and streaming content in one place. Introducing Xumo Streambox. Now it's easier than ever to search across live TV, on demand, and the most popular streaming apps to find exactly what you want to watch. It's streaming simplified. Get a free Xumo Streambox when you add Spectrum TV today.
I had just gotten off work. All of a sudden, I was hit from behind. I had blood all over my face and it was on my shirt. I immediately thought of Morgan & Morgan, that initial first phone call and conversation. It felt like reaching out to a friend. All of the correspondence was done pretty much by email and text. I barely had to lift a finger. I would absolutely recommend Morgan & Morgan to family and friends and even strangers because that's how much it helped me. It's easier than you think.
This is the capital of Chile.
Santiago.
Person, place, or thing.
1 second left.
On WNKY, NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. The 4th Region Soccer Championships were set for last night. The Warren Central Dragons and South Warren Spartans went 90 minutes without scoring any goals between regulation and 2 overtime periods, so penalty kicks were set to decide the winner of the 4th Region. Both teams went back and forth, but it was a miss off the boot of Warren Central that clinched the victory for the Spartans after punching their ticket to state head coach Tom Alexander. And Spartan goalie Braxton McCoy spoke on the excitement of the night and the season.
We knew that going to PKs was a possibility. We've been working on PKs all year. It didn't really look like it just how the PKs went, but you know, I'm proud of our guys to keep working. They kept fighting. They kept going through. They kept trying to have chances to attack on goal.
This year we made a statement. We showed the South back on top, and we're gonna make a forward this year for sure. I was super excited.
And over at Warren Central High School, the Bowling Green Lady Purples and Greenwood Lady Gators squared off in the girls' 4th Region Championship. The two teams had split the 2 previous meetings so far this season. Bowling Green found the back of the net first with the lone goal of the night from Katie Donaldson. Lady Purples get the win, advancing to the state championship with a 1-0 win over Greenwood. Here's what head coach Lisa Correa had to say about the team and her goalkeeper locking down the Gators last night.
I just want to say how proud I am of the girls. They played an excellent game. I thought we were composed, and We possessed the ball well, and we found the back of the net not very often, but it was enough to get the win. She's been playing great for us all year, and she slid across that line just like she's supposed to, and you know, she got her hands on it. It was bouncing around. I think she had two shots at a save there.
Well, that's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Patrick. Right now, Kentucky business owners are calling on lawmakers to address an issue many parents face, that is lack of childcare, causing many parents to leave the workforce, and now many businesses are turning to lawmakers for a solution.
Whenever we were just found out that we were pregnant, I had a lot of moms come to me and say, have you enrolled in daycare yet?
Like many working parents, Sarah Nelson knows how hard it is to find childcare these days.
So we were on 7 waiting lists, and none of those called us back.
The problem is so bad, these executives gathered at Greater Louisville Inc. on Wednesday to announce they would begin lobbying state lawmakers for a solution.
And we're here to call on Frankfurt, our leaders in state government, to be big and bold in their policy reform and investment in the early childhood sector.
A new poll from the nonprofit The Pritchard Committee found 26% of respondents quit a job because of child care problems, and 33% have had to limit working hours.
The clear answer to the question, what is the biggest challenge facing Kentucky business and industry, has been workforce. We have to grow our workforce in order to maintain the economic momentum.
To keep the child care industry healthy and growing as pandemic-era subsidies run out, the Pritchard Committee estimates state lawmakers will need to appropriate $331 million next year.
We are asking for deepened investment, and we're long before COVID, to strengthen something that is a Kentucky foundation for both education and workforce.
Without the money, daycares could face tough choices: raise tuition, cut wages and lose workers, or maybe even close.
When we come back, we'll see how one man broke a world record by floating around a huge gourd for this week's Feel Good Friday. Plus, Darius Mack will have another check of your forecast. Don't go anywhere.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
The Bush family is a racing family. I mean, we've come from that. My dad was a car guy. His dad was a car guy. We enjoyed the aspect of being able to have family time in the garage, but then also going to the racetrack trying to bring home wins. Our dad raised us up to become champions. My brother's a champion. I'm a champion. So all credit due to him. Being with RCR, I've really come to understand the family relationship, the tie-in between M&M as well as RCR. It's a family-type relationship.
Hi, I'm Hiram Kemp.
Hi, I'm Neil Pollard.
We're the hosts of The Light of the World.
Please join us on WNKY NBC 40.
Every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Our aim is to reflect Jesus, the true light. Hope to see you here.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
When migraine strikes, are the trade-offs of treating worth it? Ubrelvy is another option. It quickly eliminates migraine pain.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Allergic reactions to Ubrelvy can happen. Most common side effects were nausea and sleepiness.
Ask about Ubrelvy.
It's time, y'all. It's a new season in NYC.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Well, it looks like a guy in a pumpkin boat has now shattered a Guinness World Record by about a half a mile. CNN's Jeannie Moos reports he may seem out of his gourd, but he was actually very snugly squeezed into one for this week's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
Some people like to decorate a pumpkin, but Steve Cuny likes to paddle one.
It handles like an absolute tank.
Steve grew his own vessel and now seems to have broken the record for longest journey by pumpkin boat. He entered the Missouri River at Kansas City and paddled just over 39 miles. It took almost 11 hours.
Yes, it feels like an accomplishment. Yes, it feels like a joke.
He carved out enough space in the just over 1,200-pound pumpkin so he could fit inside in a kneeling position. Did you cramp up? Did you go numb? What happened?
My knees started to lose a little bit of feeling.
He got rocked in the wake of barges, traveled beneath bridges, almost got swept into the pillar of one. His pumpkin even ran into a submerged rock.
Felt the entire thing shake, and then it just sent me bobbing like a cork in the water.
But he took on very little water in the boat or by mouth. We were trying to figure out how to delicately ask, but how did you make pit stops along the way?
Yeah, so I just didn't drink too much water.
10 hours and 48 minutes after launching, Steve came ashore at Napoleon, Missouri. Were you able to stand up when you got out of the thing?
Barely. I was wobbly. I mean, I got out of the water as quick as I could and I had to lay down and stretch out.
Since the boat ramp was out of commission, they used a pontoon boat to sink the pumpkin. You deep sixed that pumpkin.
Yeah, we did.
All in all, Steve called it a good enough way to spend a Monday.
Everyone else had a Monday, and I spent 11 hours floating through God's own country in a half-ton squash. And I don't know. I like it.
The pumpkin boat, by the way, is called the Huckleberry, and you can bet Huck Finn would have approved of this adventure.
Would you fellas like a little help?
No thanks, Huck. This pumpkin is seaworthy enough to squash a record. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
That's impressive, 11 hours inside of a pumpkin. Well, let's talk about the weather as we're taking a look at the WKU farm this morning, courtesy of the Kentucky Mesonet site. We got clouds, or at least fog that is rolling through to start off this morning. We will have clouds that will roll through as we go throughout the day today, and it will be warm and breezy for your Friday. Temperatures into the 50s right now, 52 in Bowling Green, 50 in Glasgow. It's 56 there into Franklin. And we have those winds flowing in from the south and east right now. Generally a light and calm wind. It's going to be a bit breezy later today ahead of that frontal boundary, and then also it will be windy. I mean, those winds will crank up as we go through the weekend, as we are expecting some gusty conditions. Here's that wave of low pressure atop Nebraska that's going to continue to work its way across the region, and that is going to be bringing us our changes to our world of weather, mainly as we go through the weekend. As we plan things out over the next 12 hours, temperatures in the 70s this afternoon with clouds increasing. Don't go anywhere. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise after this.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Hey y'all, it's Bree, and this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry, we're talking homemade marshmallows and how to level up your homemade s'mores this fall. Can't wait to see you guys on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road supports small businesses from start to finish to marketing projects of all sizes. We can help grow your small business. Call us today to discuss your printing needs. The UPS store on Scottsville Road, your local printing solution.
WNKY News 40 loves celebrating our viewers. That's why we bring you Soki's Birthday Club. Joining the club is free and simple. Visit WNKY.com/birthday, fill out the form, and click submit. That's it. Your name will appear on News 40 Sunrise and News 40 at noon on your birthday, and you'll be entered to win a special birthday surprise. WNKY News 40 loves celebrating you because local matters. Soki's Birthday Club is brought to you by these great sponsors.
As Election Day nears, News 40 wants to keep you informed. We're taking you live to the campus of NKU for a face-off between Governor Andy Beshear and Attorney General Daniel Cameron. The Kentucky gubernatorial debate Monday at 6 on NBC 40.
Sundays are for football. WNKY 40 is your go-to for the NFL. Watch games all day on WNKY, CBS 40, and NBC 40.
The $250,000 mega draw is here at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win by matching just one number and match all 6 for $250,000 cash. Drawing Saturdays in October every hour from 5 to 8 p.m. Only at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Something you don't want to miss today is Food Truck Friday. This week we'll have Stony Brook Farms with a portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at Casa of South Central Kentucky. So head on over to Tidball's parking lot from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a bite to eat, and always be on the lookout because you never know who will have parked outside on a Friday.
It is
Food Truck Friday.
Finally Friday, y'all.
Friday the 13th.
Ooh, you know, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. Just a little stitious.
Yeah.
Just a little stitious. Thanks,
You know what's
Michael Scott.
exciting, though? Football Frenzy makes another comeback tonight because we had a bit of a break to take over the weekend because one of our sports boys had to get married. So unfortunately, he couldn't quite make it to do
That's okay.
Football
We'll
Frenzy
give him that pass.
last Friday. But they're going to be back here this week, and I know there's a lot of exciting matchups. I personally will be in Russellville covering Caverna versus Russellville.
Nice.
So, but it looks like we could possibly have that rain move out of the way, and it's going to be a nice night for some football.
Well, it should be for the most part. We got late chances for rain, and really, it's a very small chance. I mean, we're talking about like a 30% chance.
As long as we're clear for
showers. As long as we are clear.
Blockbusters at the ballpark tomorrow night. So much going on this weekend.
So much happening.
All the fun things.
Top Gun Maverick is show.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie yet?
No, I
That is a great movie.
I have not either.
That is a
I
great.
gotta go.
I've seen it. It's a great movie. I got to see it in theaters months ago.
Are you a Tom Cruise fan?
I am a Tom Cruise fan. I just think it's incredible this man is able to pull off so many stunts
does
at his
his own
age.
stunts.
He does.
And does all of his own stunts.
I remember a story we saw, I think a few months ago, about how he hurt himself. Like he broke his ankle, like
his
he
own
filming
stunts?
like Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
That's nothing is impossible with that man.
No, nothing. But so what does our weekend look like forecast-wise?
You know, forecast-wise, we got clouds that will be in the mix, especially on Saturday, with a slight chance for a few showers during the day. It's going to be cooler. Temperatures in the 60s for highs on Saturday, and then on Sunday it's going to be even cooler then. So.
All right. Thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this week. We look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday at 6 a.m. Your network news is next, but here's a sneak peek at what's coming up next week. Coming up next week on News 40 Sunrise, find out how you can raise money for a great cause and bring your furry friend along with a charity run.
Plus, discover the next musical artist you can expect to see coming to Lost River Sessions.
Then discover how you can change the life of one shelter animal with our daily pet of the day.
Finally, we'll learn the story of how one local veteran served our country and our voices of honor.
Be sure to wake up with us every weekday morning at 6 a.m.
These stories and more only on News 40.
Because local